Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Legs, and I would greatly appreciate if you would consider supporting the channel by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. It helps to get the videos out there and it inspires me to keep creating. Thank you guys so much for all of your kind messages about my surgery. It did luckily go pretty well. At the time, there was definitely some weird stuff going on, but I have been doing better. I've been sort of relaxing at home, and I'm definitely not feeling 100%, but I definitely feel good enough to get up, record, do some things, just kind of get back into the swing of my day. So thank you guys so much for all of your kind messages. A lot of you guys reached out to me, and yeah, this is one of actually 3 full surgeries that I need to have, but luckily the next one is staggered out for a few weeks, and so I have some time to kind of breathe and chill. And you guys know that I have still been keeping up with Big Brother. I know everything that has been going on. I know I wasn't here last week, but I still know all the mess. So let's jump into it. So I definitely want to jump into this new HOH and all of the mess that has just happened. We just got back from the renom ceremony, but to wrap up last week, Zach was the one who was evicted. We obviously know that. My final thoughts on Zach leaving is good riddance. Goodbye. Anybody that has a power and is so cocky and is so full of themselves and decides not to use the power, decides not to use the veto, good riddance. I'm so tired of people holding powers and thinking, I got it, I'm good, and then they don't use it. So you know what? Goodbye, Zach. Good riddance. Don't really care. Zach was a boring player, and I'll be honest, I kind of forget that he is gone. But let's jump into this new week. So our new HOH is Rachel, and we just saw the TV episode not too long ago. I thought that competition was pretty cool with the dollhouse and all the crazy costumes they had. I was definitely like, okay, BB, I see y'all did a little bit. In typical BB fashion, they still had to have the little scream and the red screen and the blood effects because if there's one thing those interns love to do is effects. But I thought that was pretty cool. Now, Rachel did put up Mickey, Morgan, and Vinnie. And the target was seemingly Mickey. That seems to be where a lot of people were leaning. However, there has definitely been sort of a lot of debate going on with Morgan versus Mickey. But it was really a thing where it's Mickey, but then if Mickey comes down, then it will be Morgan, yada, yada, yada. But of course, we had a veto to play. And this week's veto was Otev. And apparently, it only went 3 rounds. And our winner was Lauren. And Lauren winning this veto has definitely shaken up this house because, as you know, Morgan claims that her number 1 is Vinnie. So you would think, oh, this is my number 1. She's my ride or die, or he's my ride or die. We ride or dies for each other. I'm gonna take him down. It should be obvious. It should be easy. Not the case with Morgan. Not the case with Morgan. There's a couple of different reasons with Morgan, most of them having to do with the fact that Morgan is scared. She's scared of Rachel. She's scared of other people. She doesn't want to take somebody down and then someone else goes up and they're upset. So now Morgan, somebody who has the power to sort of take off her quote unquote greatest ally, has had a lot of trouble and a lot of struggles with who she actually wants to put up. And that is kind of how we start off going into this week. So Keanu has, of course, been up with Rachel quite a bit. The two of them, they have this sort of frenemy thing, but they seemingly are working together. So for Keanu, he definitely wants Vince to stay. That has really been his biggest thing, no matter what. He wants Vince to stay, but he doesn't really want a lot of people to understand that he and Vince have some kind of situation. So he's been pleading a lot to Rachel, letting her know, look, and by the way, I tried really hard to get Kat to, not put Vinnie up. And I tried to make sure that Vinnie was was good and that I had Vinnie's side and all of this different stuff. Keanu, he's definitely made it clear that his stance is that he wants Vinnie to stay. Again, between Morgan and Mickey, I don't think that he is solid. I think he was very like, well, wherever they go, I don't really care. And Keanu does say repeatedly, I don't really care between the two of them. Who goes? Morgan, Mickey. It does not matter. So Mickey does also have a conversation pre-veto, and everybody kind of had a conversation pre-veto with Lauren, and Lauren is very, very, very
that you and Vinnie are cool. Me personally, I think that you and I are closely aligned. Like, obviously, you and I are on the same page.
Lauren doesn't give you much, but Mickey tries to talk to Lauren a little bit, and she's basically trying to explain that why Rachel is talking with Keanu and acting like she's working with him and acting like there's something together is because Rachel is actually trying to disarm Keanu. It's all a facade and that Rachel doesn't actually like him. She's just trying to get Keanu to stand down and sort of keep him at bay. I'm like, okay, Mickey, sure. And at one point, Mickey even tells Lauren that she feels like that Keanu is about to be the renom because Rachel at this point knows she's not going to make it to the end, but she's doing what she can while she's here. And I'm like, Rachel, Mickey, why are you saying this again? You already know last week that Morgan and Rachel had this huge fight all about the fact that people keep calling Rachel a floater or whatever, saying that Rachel's just going to get to the jury and then they're going to dump her out. Why are you saying that? Especially when she's HOH right now. What? Stop saying that. Stop it. So the big question then becomes, well, is it going to be Kelly that goes up if Vince comes down? And everybody in the house sort of started to believe that it was going to be Kelly. Mind you, Rachel didn't tell anybody that. Rachel never said anything to anyone. I really don't think Rachel had someone in mind, if I'm being honest. I think Rachel did not genuinely believe that Lauren was going to actually use it. I do think that Rachel was under the impression that she was going to be able to kind of swindle Lauren out of this whole thing, or I don't know, sort of bully Lauren out of not using it. But in any event, there's a lot of little buzzings and little conversations. Morgan was annoyed because once again, Rachel was talking a lot about Jimmy and the whole situation that happened there. And Morgan talks about if she can, she's going to put Rachel up and blah, blah, blah. I mean, the one thing about this house is that they love to talk about the future, even if they're on the block. They love to talk about the future. They love to talk about the jury. They love to talk about 10 steps ahead, but a lot of them do not talk about the game in front of them. Morgan, the whole day yesterday, was in the backyard lounging, did not have many conversations at all, but yes, she's having conversations about what's going to happen in 3 weeks. Okay. But Keanu does start to work on Lauren, and Keanu's main goal is that he does not want Vinnie really to come off. He really does not want this veto to be used at this point, and he's trying to let her know, look, don't worry about it. Vinnie has the votes no matter what. Even if he's on the block, it does not matter. Do not worry about it. Don't worry about the renom. None of that is your business. At this point, I want Mickey out. I really want Mickey out. I don't like this mean girl stuff. I don't like how she's been going around and talking down to people. So for me, it doesn't matter. And that was kind of where a lot of the other side, like Keanu and sort of that side, was at with things. They were like, well, you don't need to use this. You don't need to take somebody off. You don't need to do that. I think the other side, they were more like, yeah, let's do it. Let's get Kelly up there. And you know what? Kelly can go up and she could get out, and then both Mickey and Morgan could stay. But I think that for many people, particularly Keanu, he was really working hard on Lauren. And the whole time Lauren's like, but I just don't know though. I just don't understand. I mean, he is my right hand, and I just don't know what to say. And it was crazy to me because obviously if you're looking from the standpoint of being Lauren, there should really be no questions asked about taking down your ally, taking down your supposed number one. But for the sake of entertainment now, I was like, hey, please use that veto. Please use that veto. I am trying to see some mess. By the end of the night, there's a lot of different conversations. There is a conversation that Lauren and Rachel also have, but eventually land on a conversation. And basically the whole conversation is sort of to the tune of like, well, I don't know, because it feels like right now, Lauren's basically like, it's just between whether I use it on you or not. I'm not sure. I even talked to Rachel earlier and she told me, look, like, You can use it if you want, but we could come up with a pawn together, or we could come up with another person to go up in Vinny's place, but then I'm going to put it on you though. So she was upset about that because it was going to be put on her that she put up somebody rather than on Rachel. And again, I just was so lost with Lauren about this whole thing because I'm like, girl, who cares? Like literally, who cares? Rachel is the one at the end of the day putting someone up. I don't know in what world all of a sudden that now it's your decision or your thing if Rachel puts somebody else up. But again, that's when you have players like Lauren who literally do not know this game, who literally care so much about what other people think. It just didn't make sense. And they talk about this extensively, Lauren and Vinnie, until she finally is like, okay, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. I am going to have to talk to Rachel. I'm going to probably have to talk to her tomorrow, but I'm going to use it. I am. Okay. All right. So meanwhile, as this long drawn out conversation with Lauren and Vinnie is going on, Rachel, on the other hand, is talking with Ashley, talking with Keanu, and she's basically saying, look, I will make shockwaves. I will this house up if Lauren decides that she's going to take down Vinnie and I have to put someone else. And I will make sure that it is somebody that is going to ensure that Mickey will stay in this house and Mickey will make waves and she will this entire house up. Rachel was not having it. Rachel really did not want her to use it. And again, Keanu worked on Lauren extensively, going over scenarios, going over different things, saying stuff that somewhat made a little bit of sense. This was the first time that Keanu had a little bit of lucidity this whole entire game. But again, by the end of the night, it was kind of that Lauren was going to use it, but she still needed to talk to Rachel in the morning. That was kind of where it was. And as for everyone else, especially as for Rachel, I believe that Rachel was under the impression that it was not going to be used and she was going to be able to sort of wiggle Lauren out of it. This morning, let's jump in. Feeds turn on. Automatically, we see Lauren and Vinnie deliberating once again.
She's one way or the other. She's going to put Rachel on the block. So this just gives her more reason to. She's renowned. And she's fine with you because...
Do they have the votes? Do they not have the votes? Vinny's like, look, Kat's gonna respect your choice no matter what. Kat's got you. You got people. And Vinny is basically just continuing, of course, to plead and say, you have people. You have this whole side. You have all these different people where if you do use it, it doesn't even matter what Rachel thinks. So she has another conversation with Lauren and Kat.
You and I would do that. Kat talked about her before. You know what I mean?
And she's basically saying, Kat, we don't have the votes. We don't have the votes. I don't know if we have the votes right now to get Mickey out, right? Because some people are super wishy-washy. People are changing around. And at this point, Rachel would really prefer you not to. But then Reilly comes into the room and Riley's like, who cares? Just use it. Just use it. Make Rachel make the decision. If you want to use it, make Rachel make the decision. It's not your choice who Rachel puts up. At the end of the day, if you want to use it, you want to, back your number one, then do it. Little did Reilly know he was going to be the one. It's crazy work that this morning Reilly was telling her, use it, use it, use it. Didn't work out so well for you now, did it, Reilly? So Lauren and Rachel finally have the conversation, and Lauren's like, well, I think I'm towards using it on Vinnie.
So,
I think I'm gonna do that. And Rachel's like, well, I think that's a horrible idea. Listen, Lauren, I want to work with you. I want us to be together. But the thing is, I need you to trust me. I've played this game for multiple years and I have won this game, but I'm going to need you to trust me. Okay, there's no way if you do this that I can do it. And by the way, I did not come up with another person. I didn't think of anybody. So it might be one of your allies. It literally might be somebody that you think you are really close to, because I didn't think of someone. But if you don't do this right now, we are together. And you will have me, who is an amazing asset, who is a great asset, is amazing. And the whole time, this is going on, it's a lot of just like crickets. Lori doesn't say much. She's like, oh. She's like patting on some face mask the whole time, some makeup, some foundation. And it's just like, she's not saying much. Her and Vinnie do end up having a little conversation afterwards, and Vinnie is spiraling at this point. Lauren tries to say, oh my goodness, she's trying to do this. She's trying to manipulate me. She's trying to tell me that, oh my goodness, she's going to put up my allies. And Vinnie's like, oh my God, listen, I'm going to be honest. I feel like at this point, she's going to try to manipulate Kelly against voting for me because she's going to be so mad at me. Rachel's going to be so mad at me that she's going to flip Kelly, and I might not have the votes. But this happens, like, essentially, and I have to, like, the clips are here, but like, y'all had to see it because it was so awkward. I mean, Rachel did not break her stare. Rachel did not bat an eye. And Lauren was just so uncomfortable. But the feed's cut. And we come back to Reilly being on the block.
There's no world where you don't.
I just don't fucking understand her dumbass fucking decision for doing that.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I don't fucking understand it.
Was anyone expecting that? I was not expecting Reilly. I thought it might have been Catherine, but Reilly is crazy. Do we think Rachel did it as a, well, you know what? F around and find out. She did say it. She actually says it in a conversation that Lauren, she wanted to F around and find out, so I showed her. So as you know, Reilly is pissed. He thinks that it should have been Ashley or it should have been Keanu, but they're all up Rachel's a-hole. Ava's like, you got the votes though. It doesn't even really matter. So Rachel and Keanu have this pretty long conversation where Keanu is mad.
This is insane. People lie to each other in this game all the time.
But why would he say that to me?
Because he doesn't trust you. Why would fucking give a shit about her? I will put her ass on the block tomorrow. Tuesday, Thursday, whatever fucking day. And she legit.
Keanu is pretty pissed. He's like, I had no idea that you were going to do this. I don't understand why you did this. Rachel's kind of thing that she's saying is, well, Reilly said last week that he was going to put you up. So I just put him up because of that. I like Rachel, but Rachel, girl, come on now. Come on, Rachel. You know that is not why you put this man up. And she slipped up and said it. She said, well, Lauren effed around and found out. And I showed her. And they go back and forth for quite a while. Once again, Rachel says she's played this game. She's so good at the game. Keanu's like, I literally don't know what to do right now because I don't have allies in the Mickey and Cole room, okay? And you put me in an awkward position where now I feel like I am a swing vote and I really have to be between certain people that I am not aligned with. Before this conversation, Rachel's up in the Mickey group and they're already counting votes. Everybody's up in the room. Mickey, Will, Ashley, they're all up in the room counting, saying that Mickey has enough votes. Keanu is talking with Reilly, and it's like, I don't know, man, she might have lost her biggest ally. But Rachel and Keanu, I mean, they have been going back and forth. The conversation is still going on even as I'm recording this video, but it's not looking great. It's not looking great. If you're Rachel, I don't get this move. I don't. I think if you are Rachel, you had been to Rachel. So to me, I don't really think this move makes sense. It's given, I don't want to be on Big Brother. I don't want to be in the jury house. So you know what? Take me out next week and let me do something with a bang before that. Because I just don't really get the move. I don't. I am very interested to see what happens because Keanu has been pushing her and saying, look, you need to talk to Reilly right now and you need to fix it. And you basically need to say that you didn't really trust Vinnie like that. And so this is the reason why you did all of this, and make things right with him. You need to make things right with him because right now he's seeing red. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but boy, oh boy, turn on the feeds because it is spicy. If you made it to this point of the video, that means you like the video. So I would greatly appreciate if you would consider supporting the channel by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. It helps to get the video out there and it inspires me to keep creating. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Bye.